Breakfast Television is brought to you by Tim's new vanilla coconut beverages. Pick one up today.
Can we see the Dina billboard from the shot? No?
No, once is plenty.
We know it's there.
You know what? There's so much going on in the square.
Devo,
I haven't seen it.
Back later.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I do see? Uber cars, because there's always at least one within a 30-second time.
Dina's switching the sun.
Look over here. Look over here. Shiny things.
Dina, we love you.
I want to do something for you, Dina. No, what can I do for you?
I gotta do something for you. We're gonna talk about
Dina,
Ubers.
are you hungry?
Let's talk about Ubers.
I want to talk about Uber.
We're going to talk about Ubers.
Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum. All right, so this Uber story came out. I'm horrified by it. I got to be honest with you. Not everyone is, but I am. Uber is introducing a new feature in this country that gives riders and drivers the ability to record audio of their trips. Feature is meant to encourage safety and provide peace of mind with just the tap of the button. That I understand completely. If a driver has audio recording set up, Uber says passengers will be notified before the trip starts that their trip might be recorded. Devo, I'm going to you first.
Well, I just want to ask, why you said you have an issue with it. What is the issue?
Well, I think the issue is, this was my first thought, because I think Frank was going to have some clarity here in a second. I've had a lot of work conversations in Ubers.
Okay.
That should really stay in the Uber.
Not with the driver. You mean you're on the phone?
I'm just generally talking.
You're on the phone. You're maybe in a meeting, whatever it could be.
I don't want to call people out, but like when I'm in an Uber, there is this odd sense of privacy that I have. Maybe it's misguided. But there's an odd sense of privacy that I have that at least in that moment, listen, sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you got to talk. Sometimes you got to have a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't want that in the ether in terms of privacy that way.
Yeah.
Safety, I completely understand. There's a lot of creeps out there that you don't know. But in terms of my work calls and stuff, I don't know. Frank, what do you think?
So it's super easy to record a conversation right now anywhere, right? So with your phone, there's a recording device that you can do. So you're notified.
I'm recording this one right now, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we're not being
For
notified.
safety purposes.
But we wouldn't be notified.
That's right.
What I read a little bit further is that this conversation is actually encrypted. So it will be encrypted until there's a safety report that's
Like a flag.
That flag.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
a 19-year-old in Milton
Yeah, so
decodes
what
it.
happens is the driver and the passenger will not have access to it, or Uber will not open it until that safety issue is filed.
But so then that just stays, right? It's recorded, it's there, it's in some sort of hard drive, and now with all these breaches and things like that, the safety thing 100% on a Friday, Saturday, any late night, any evening. You gotta have enough female friends, and I'm sure in this room have been unfortunately harassed by a driver. And it happens. And look, they do their safety checks. I understand all that stuff, but things still happen where it's an uncomfortable situation. So you have that, if you know you're being recorded, I think that's great. But I am with you on that a little bit. Look, for us to go into an Uber and think that whatever we're saying isn't being absorbed by the person driving, you're being very naive.
I'm being a little naive,
right?
for sure.
So, and because there's times where I'm talking and the driver will turn around and be like, so, when you were just saying about the...
Oh,
that's happened to you?
It's happened to me. And I've been taking like a quick call from my mom or my dad because I'm doing an event and I want to talk to them.
One rating.
Honestly, I'm not like, I don't really see a problem. I just assume we're always being recorded at all times.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, if I'm not gonna have like a private conversation in an Uber with like people there. And then also I feel like this day and age, a lot of these drivers have dash cams.
Yeah.
And dash cams
that's
are
true.
recording the street, but they're also record audio.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm always being recorded.
I was going to ask you that, Dee, because I think out of all of us here, you and I take Ubers the most.
Yeah.
When I get into the car, I always look for the dash cam first, or like the camera that's facing me to see if I'm
Every
being
time?
recorded.
I never do.
Every time.
I
Now,
always talk to the driver first.
Yeah,
I
say
find this
hello.
all too Orwellian. I want to know if it's a two-way street. Because if I get into an Uber and all of a sudden there's a notification that says the driver's recording you, that's actually going to make me feel scared. I'm going to be like, why does he want to record me? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
If I get the
because the first thing you
notification-
notice is, does it look like a club in here?
Those ones I'm in for. I'm down for
Turn up the music
I don't
first.
know. I don't know.
I mean, they're in like a precarious, like, in
Yes.
position too. You're driving, your back is to a stranger as well,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they also have to protect themselves.
But the one
That's
thing
true.
to the camera's point, though, I don't know if you guys remember this. There was a story with the Ottawa Senators going back now about 2016, 17. You remember, Kev? Where they started to destroy one of their assistant coaches in an Uber. They had a couple. I think they were in Arizona.
Yeah.
And it leaked.
Yeah.
And it was like, on the embarrassment meter, it was 10 out of 10. and it just wasn't good. It just was weird. It was weird that would come out. It was weird because obviously the guy in the front of the Uber had a feeling at some point in the conversation, these are professional hockey players, eviscerating a coach, like eviscerating a coach. So that when I see a camera, I don't look for it right away.
I do.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe I should.
You know, now in public, where so many people are recorded in so many different ways. It's right now. So the best thing is I even tell my boys right now, like if you're in public, things that you don't want.
That's the best advice.
You don't want known, just don't say it. Don't do it. Don't act on it, because it's a different world. Navigating this world compared to the world I had to navigate is way different.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, and we're showing it from the side of a passenger, obviously, right? The side of the driver is, I've said, like, look, there's been things where drivers have been accused of certain things. But there are some terrible customers. Listen, man, I'm out on King West on a Friday, Saturday night at 2:30 in the morning and seeing what Uber drivers have to deal with.
Isn't that what the rating's supposed to do?
It's supposed to, but it doesn't help you in the moment. Right. And it doesn't deter that person who's getting into your vehicle, who might be the friend of whoever's account it is, from being a complete jerk. Right? So that notification being recorded, I'd be like, hey, dude, this is my account, it's being recorded. Keep your mouth shut. Right? So.
Good. Let us know what you think at Breakfast Television, because I know there's a lot of opinions. Also, for the next stretch of 7 days, we've put together some of Dina's favorite moments on Citytv. Not just Breakfast Television, but Citytv, one of the most important television stations in the history of Earth. And our first memory today, Dee, I'll go for you for 30 seconds on it. One of the most iconic things I've ever seen on Citytv, I always wanted to be a part of, the New Year's Eve shows.
What a time, Frankie. You've done one or two with me at least. We did it for years and years. So we would work this shift, and then they go, so you guys are the ones ushering in. And we'd be like, really though? For real? It's the only time I sit up past midnight while doing this shift, and it was such an honor, such a time. 40,000 people would show up, whether there was rain, snow, sleet. Amazing performance would be showcased. I still think it was the best New Year's Eve show, rivaling that in New York City. People would come, and they were all
out. Great vibe down there, Dee. Great vibe.
What a vibe. Here's a little look back.